Okay, so this is the second part of the simultaneous equations elimination method video. So what we're going to do is we've already done a pair of a question where we didn't have to actually change anything to do with the variables. Two of the variables were already the same. So now we're going to do it, take it one step further and do it when we need to change both variables. So let's just recap on the different steps that we had. What we said was the steps included labeling the two equations A and B, making x or y the same by multiplying the lines. Sorry. If it's the same, we subtract. If it's different, we add. We then solve for the first variable, and then finally we substitute and solve again for the second remaining variable. So let's do a question that has both variables that need changing. So let's do 3x plus 2y is equal to 16 and 2x minus 3y is equal to 2. Minus 3y is equal to 2. So as per our instructions, I label it A and B. So we'll label it A and B. Second step is make x or y the same. Now it doesn't again matter whether I choose x or y. Just let's just make x the same. So I've got 3x and I've got 2x. Now if I want to make them the same, what number does both 3 and 2 go into, i.e. what is the lowest common multiple of 3 and 2? Obviously the answer is 6. So what do I have to multiply 3 by to get to 6? It's 2. And what do I have to multiply 2 by to get to 6? I multiply by 3. Now, very important, I don't just multiply just those two terms. I multiply the entire line. So we mentioned this in the last video. So let's do this now. So 3x times 2 is 6x. 2y times 2 is plus 4y. 16 times 2 is 32. 2x times 3 is 6x. Minus 3 times 3 is minus 9y. And 2 times 3 is 6. Now the next part is, so I've done part 1, I've done part 2. If it's the same, we subtract. If it's different, we add. What is that referring to? That is referring to the variable that we've just made the same. So we're looking at the x values. If we made y the same, then we'd look at the y values, okay? So, very clearly, both 6x's have the same sign, i.e. they're both positive. So we use same subtract. So I'm going to put subtract sign and magically 6x, it gets eliminated. And now I do 4y. Now be careful here, please. You're subtracting negative 9. So 4 minus 9, which is the same as, so 4 minus 9, which is the same as 4 plus 9. Be careful. Some people forget to do that. Okay, so 4 plus 9 is equal to 13y. And 32 take away 6 is going to equal to 26. And now I just solve for the first variable. In this case, y must be equal to 26 over 13, which is 2. And my final step is I substitute what I've just worked out, in this case y, into a or b for the remaining variable. Now, which one do I substitute into? Whichever one's easiest. So if I just look at my two original equations, I would rather deal with positives instead of negatives. So I'll substitute into the first one. So I'm going to just write this down. Sub y into a, which is 3x plus 2y. Now 2y means 2 times y. In this case, y is 2. And it's equal to 16. So I've just literally copied this down. But instead of y, I've substituted in y, which I've worked out to be 2. And now I just solve it. So 3x plus 4 is equal to 16. 3x is equal to 16. Take away 4, which is 12. Therefore, x is equal to 12 divided by 3, which is 4. So my final answer is x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 2. So hopefully that clarifies things a bit more.